Hi everybody, it's Tasso. Think about it for a minute. Most of our lives, most of the time, we feel busy and overwhelmed. Maybe with the exception of vacation. Although, if you go on vacation with kids, I think vacation is no exception to busy and overwhelmed. And if I'd ask you at any given time, how are things going? What are you doing? Then most of the time you'd reply that there's a lot going on, that there's so much to do. And it always feels like we are operating at the upper limit. There's no space to squeeze anything in. We are full. We are at the maximum of our capacity. And yet, when any emergency happens, so for instance at home, you have a water leakage that floods the floor of your home, or at work, your boss was incapable of buffering up and filtering a request that came from their bosses, so they pass it on just on you. So every time these kind of emergencies happen, we are able to pause whatever we're doing, put it on the back burner, and focus now on the new thing. Now, all of a sudden, there is space for new stuff. And it's interesting when you think about it, because the question, of course, that then should pop up in your head is, well, what was it then that I've been so busy about and overwhelmed with? I mean, how important were these things? If an emergency comes up, all of a sudden I can put them aside. But anyway, this post is not about this. This post is about the fact that we often complain about these situations, about these emergencies. And if you think about it, these peak emergencies, these peaks of our lives are actually there to save us because they give us something concrete to do. Everyday life, we have just a fluffy busyness. We cannot really nail down or put the finger on what it is exactly that we're busy with. Often, we just don't remember even all these things that we have to do. We just remember that it was a lot. So these emergencies actually give us something concrete to do. They drag us out of the misery of a busy, yes, but actually boring and mediocre life. These peak situations give us the opportunity to shine, to prove ourselves, to get noticed, and to grow. Now, you will have seen and realized for yourself that in these peak situations is the time where we are dragged out of our comfort zone. And these are the times where we are actually becoming resourceful. In stress and strain, if you want to take it even one step forward, a little bit more extreme. So in stress and strain, it is where we actually learn the most about ourselves. There is a very powerful Greek proverb that says, if I literally translate it, that a good captain only shows in the storm. Of course, because it's very easy to guide a ship when the sea is calm like oil. A good captain will always show when it is stormy weather. And so in these situations, when it's stress and strain, it allows us to actually move out of our comfort zone, improve ourselves, to look at our values, to reconsider our character, to see what we truly are at the core of ourselves. Now, I'm not saying that we need more of these emergencies. God, no. But we need to learn, of course, to oscillate between a stressful situation and a situation where we can recover. We need to become aware of the fact that we are in stress or strain. It's not as easy as you might think. There are these signs. We need to watch out for these signs. And we also need to understand what actually got us there, to be able to be more mindful about that situation. And then ultimately oscillate between the stress situation that should be temporarily bothering us, and then oscillate with the comfort zone where we can actually recover. So we don't need more of those, clearly not. But the question that I'm asking to you is, are you making the most out of it when it comes? Are you getting the most out of its bursts of stress? Because they are there to help you grow. These bursts of stress, if you don't embrace them, if you don't gratefully and consciously put yourself into this struggle and try to learn on this, the risk is that you actually just try to get very fast over it and actually miss the lesson. Because these emergencies, of course, appear always, or most of the time, out of our control. But how we react to them and how we choose to respond to them is always within our control. In these peak situations, in these emergencies, it is actually when the figurative master appears. And the master appears because you're ready for the lesson. So be open to these situations. Don't complain about the situations. Learn from these situations. They are there for you to tap into your full potential. So This short video, just a quick reminder for you to understand that, everything that happens to you is something that you can choose how to respond to. Don't complain about these urgencies, be it at your private life or be it in your professional life. These urgencies, these emergencies are there as a lesson. They are there to prove yourself. There's an opportunity for you to get noticed and to be visible. So I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this short lesson, and if you did so, please like it and please share it. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day, and thanks again very much for watching.